Righty. Hello there. Wi-Fi is a little bit bad today, but when is it not? Hello everybody. 'Tis I. It's not the weather. I said Wi-Fi, not weather. The subtitles are messed up as always. Anyways. Also, I do apologize if I end up coughing a lot today. I am a little bit sick, alas. It's quite unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do. I'm not sick anymore. I'm just a bit, I'm just recovering. So, anyways, today we will be drawing a commission. I'm gonna try to finish as much as possible today, because I have a lot to do tomorrow and otherwise as well. Genuinely, I'm just a little bit dying in terms of my voice, so please don't mind me. So today, this character that is lying on the screen at the moment, people who really like Identity 5, Identity V, 第五人格 will probably recognize him. It is indeed Naib. I think that's how you pronounce his name in English. I'm not actually sure. Is that how you pronounce his name in English? Naib? I mean, we call him Naibu, but I don't know if it's actually how you would pronounce it in English. I'm supposed to be good at this. I'm not. But you know, that's alright. You don't have to be good at everything. Said no one ever, but you know. I'm trying, okay? There keeps being this weird green line at the bottom of my screen, and I don't know why. I was thinking maybe my background isn't big enough, but I think it is. It's already bigger than it should be. Who is this? Oh, Crystal. A long time no see. How's it going? It's going alright. I'm a little bit sick, for people who can't tell, but it's okay. I'm not feeling all that ill. It's just the last little bits of cold that's bothering me. That's causing my voice to be a bit, weird. So please excuse me. But how have you been, Crystal? How are you doing? Oh, I do have some exciting news though. I rewrote one of my stories. And if you want, I can read it to you. For those who have been around for a while, or just have been around when I was telling stories, you might recognize the name of the character August, although he's not called August anymore. He goes by a different name now. Yes, tell me. Alright. I'll read the story then. Before I start drawing. I know I'm procrastinating. Please. I'm sorry, my phone is going off. Alright, let me go to my documents. Also, for those that want a quick snack when your mouth is bored, I recommend frozen grapes. No, I will not be giving any other context. I just really like frozen grapes. No, there will not be any other context. You'll just know I like grapes. Anyhow, let us begin the story of August. Well, he's not August anymore. He's... Please ignore the fact that I'm still kind of dying. Everything's fine. Alright, let me get the correct music to this. If I can. This works. Alright. The Dancing Flames. The Everblaze festival is soon to arrive. Have you heard the story of the flame dancer that began this tradition? Deep within the forest's green nested a faun, one blessed with nimbleness, beauty, and a rhythm like no other. Eyes bright as the first ray of sunbeam that cuts through the cold night. Kieran, that was the faun's name. Since youth, Kieran delighted in frolic, closely perking his ears to the voices of the meadows, the melody in the breeze, and the poems of the twittering. Leaping and twirling, his blood flowing with the streams, his hooves clattering as ripened fruits fall free from the gentle trees. Peaceful days, joyous moments. Though, like most tales, those moments never seem to last in the great claws of fate. Alas, the day came in which one arose to collect its due. A devastating crimson. It washed the air with its ashen breath, caged the gentle within its scorching jaws, feeding on the cries of critters and creatures. The earth below ruthlessly rumbled as alarmed screeching of the winged sounded the melody of the forest's last waltz. In such chaos, a covey of little ones were left behind in the mouth of the beast, ill-fated and defenceless. Kieran, fawn-bodied yet lion-hearted, hesitated not before racing, unswerving into the great cinders. While chasing after the cries of his kin, Kieran's keen senses caught onto something peculiar. Patterns of dark smoke, a deep melody in the luminous embers, a vibrant voice yearning to be heard. Perhaps this flame was more than just a mere mindless beast of destruction. Suddenly slowing his approach, Kieran gazed into the flames, shielding the weakened behind him. With might greater than himself, the fawn faced the catastrophic cinders, sucking in what little air was left clear. Kieran began to sway. Left, then right, upwards, then downwards, rhythmically tapping his hooves into the dried soil and leading singed leaves into the air. Kieran began his dance, a dance for their lives, the greatest risk of all. The cinders, enthralled by the odd creature, began moving along with him. No longer were the flames wild and uncontrolled. No longer did it have its hunger to consume. Its rhythm steadied to the steps of Kieran, and its flame gradually took the form of a small spirit. The fawn, in tune with the cinder's melody, calmed the great dread. Slowly he waltzed further on towards the source of the fire, whispering comforting words to the blaze. As the two met face to face, Kieran inquired the beast, "Why does one who rest awake do nothing but misery make?" cried Kieran. The cinder sighed, a deep breath in, and explained. "Long ago a priestess spoke, that if I, her dearest cinder, brought light to her terrified people, then I am to gain a place at the dinner table. But day by day, night by night, time passed, and yet I was never allowed with the people. To seal me away, an enchanted city of grove was grown. Yet I vowed to the brightest of Stella that I would return one day and punish those who caged me away." Full of emotion, the cinder exclaimed, exploding its volcanic temper across the meadows. Despite the fear, Kieran looked tenderly at the pitiful spirit. With winged words, the deer whistled an offer into the heart of dear Cinder. Crystal-eyed, the fawn peeked one final time into the expecting crowd before taking his final bow. Clasping the cinder's embers, Kieran, swift-footed, lion-hearted, tender-hooved, melted into the core of the flame. It is said now that when one looks into the rhythmic everblaze at the edge of the Lux Silva, one may see the silhouette of flame dancer Kieran, swaying and twirling to the crackle of Dearest Cinder. And that's the story. Of course he goes live as I'm halfway out the door. I'm sorry, Julian. But yeah, that was the story. How do we like it? I want some grapes. That's a heart. Yay. I'm glad you like it. I worked quite hard. Well, I worked quite hard and so did thesaurus.com. So, hopefully you guys liked it. I really liked all the grand imagery in that one. I'm glad. To be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I'm not actually very good at writing stories. It's not me being like, oh, I'm so bad, oh, no. I'm actually not very good at writing, like, the arc of a story, along with lots of action. I'm not so great at narrative, but the one thing I can do is describe and, do imagery. That's what I'm good at. After all, I do draw. So, hearing that you guys like the imagery is a great compliment to me. So thank you, Julian. Imagery is always very important in my stories, because first of all, obviously it's important because it helps you visualize things, but it's even more important for me because I'm not so good at the narrative aspect of it. The artist good at imagery, color me surprised. Good pun, I like that one. Imagery is my strong suit. Describing my worlds to others always has been a hobby of mine. I was about to say a hobbit. I'm not a hobbit. I will be recording that story specifically very soon. Because I'm gonna do an audio only version. Well, my VTuber will kind of just be hanging about there as well. But, I will do an audio only version so I don't have to draw too much because I am very, very busy with school, if you cannot tell by my disembodied stream schedule. But, I will be making that video soon, very shortly. But I do want to draw at least a cover for it, so I need to do that first. And then I'll be able to record it. I might have to wait a little bit until I can record it though, just so I don't sound very, very ill whilst trying to talk about this story. Yes, that was entirely intentional. Praise me more. What's with your praise thing? That's something you should get checked out, Julian. That sounds like trauma to me. Also, would you guys like to hear the thing I made yesterday? I really like it, and my friend heard it, and she said it was good, or like, you know, she said it was good to some extent. I need to add a bit more, but it was good. I made a little bit of music. Obviously, I did not sing. I cannot sing. Not with this voice, I can't. But I did make something I was pretty proud of. Showed it to my friend who not makes, but who actually does music, and and she liked it. Do you guys want to hear it? Can't believe he dissed me like that at the end. Then Twitch slapped me with an ad. Oh no. That is quite sad. It's quite sad to be faced with the truth, eh, Julian? You're not faced with that much, are you? I'm kidding. I do apologize for being so mean to all of you. Just as I come back as well. But would you guys like to hear it? I would really like to share it with all of you. I mean, it is in the Discord, so some of you might have heard it already, but I was proud of it, so I might play it again. What did you say after that? Ever rude comment? I missed it, and I'd like to move past whatever that red was. Okay. I was going to say, would you guys like to listen to the thing I made yesterday? I made a thing yesterday, and I was proud of it. And I was wondering if you guys would like to hear it. Oh yes, I didn't get a chance to actually listen to it. Well, now's your chance. I'm not going to show the video because there's no point. It's just GarageBand. That's, yep. Da-dong. Do we like it? Do we hate it? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Could we even hear it? I'm quite proud of it. Hehe. I'm sorry if you heard like popping noises in between. That was just me eating grapes. Ooh, it sounded like a castle in a game. Nice. Thank you. I wasn't really going for a castle vibe, but it ended up becoming that. Because the thing is, originally, I was just kind of randomly playing something in GarageBand, and then I was like, you know what? It would be fun if I added brass and also woodwind to it. So I added an oboe, and then I added like, I think it was just brass in general, so it ended up sounding a bit more grand than I intended originally. But I kind of like it. I think it's interesting sounding. Somebody told me today that it sounded like marching, which makes sense, but I wanted it to sound a bit more like folky. So my friend recommended I put more minor notes in it, and also to change the time signature or play around with the rhythm. Not the rhythm, sorry, the beats per minute. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what she told me to play around with. Because I wanna sort of experiment with making custom little snippets of music or sounds or songs to my stories. It's a very ambitious undertaking, it is, but you know, I'm delusional and I think I can do it if I have enough audacity. It sounded very the start of your quest, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. It does, like, now that you mention it, it really does. And that's kind of good. I kind of like it. Like the start your quest. Because I was originally gonna pair this to my, I'm sure you'll remember. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, but there's a story I made a long time ago called The Golden Fields of Rumpelstiltskin. I was originally gonna pair this with that story, but I'm not sure if it fits, because Rumpelstiltskin's story starts out in a bit of a village. But at the same time, it could work because the king does come to visit his village very early on in the story. So that, like, grandiose bit could be representative of the king coming. I definitely remember the title. Yeah. The story is roughly the same. If you heard earlier, which you were here, I think, for most of, if not, you missed a tiny bit at the beginning, but it's not too important. But the thing I was telling earlier was a rewrite of The Dancing Flames of August, which has now changed to The Dancing Flames of Kieran, or I might just call it Dearest Cinder. It depends. The title doesn't matter very much at the moment. I've been revamping some of my old tales. And maybe there'll be a new one as well, about Killian and Kilana. I really need to stop with these names that start with K, because I'm making too many. The thing is with Killian and Kilana is that I'm not actually sure what their story is. They have a design, and they have a rough kind of set out, but they don't exactly have a story. They have a brainstorm of a story, but not a full one. But I do like the idea of twins, because I used to have a lot of twin characters, but not so much anymore. I don't know why. I think a lot of people had like a obsession with twins phase, and I definitely did. I think mine started due to the characters Rin, Kagamine Rin and Kagamine Ren, as well as a pair of twins from a manga that I now do not know the name of. I would love to find it again, but I literally do not know the name of it at all. And even the plot I can't remember much of. I just know that the main characters were twins, and that the younger brother and the older sister worked as toy makers, and they could bring toys to life with their wands. It was, I think, a more independent web comic, so I don't know if I'll actually ever be able to find it again. That's actually where a lot of Merlin's inspiration comes from, is the younger brother in that story, who I remember had this wand that could bring people to life, bring toys to life, and his older sister used it for sort of kind of necromancy with corpses, whereas he used it for toys mainly, as a toy merchant, and that's where the original idea for Merlin came from. Merlin the toy maker, that is. I might be restarting that story as well. The one with toy maker Merlin in it. But the toy maker will go by a different name. I was gonna ask if you took inspiration from it, Lamar. Yeah, I did. It was in a very fairy tale-esque style as well, and I think that's where I got, like, the first hit of oh my goodness, I like fairy tales. But that, I guess that hit didn't come for a long time, because I definitely had a very anime-esque style for a while. I don't think anyone here would remember it because you guys weren't here, but Grobus would. If you ask Grobus about it, he would. But I used to go under a different name. I used to be called Jing. And I was a dragon. I was a dragon ghost. Back in the day. Of course, I still had very complicated lore, and if you guys are curious, I can tell you about it, to be honest. His story is quite tragic. He's gone through multiple versions of his story, so it's kind of like jagged, but I remember a good chunk of his story. But he has, I think, he might even have a sadder story than Merlin. I'm not surprised, yeah. Your boy had sad stories for a long time. Also, Star actually has a proper story now. Well, not a super proper story, but he has some semblance of a story. Is it sad? In parts. Not really to himself, though. He's not very sad. He didn't really go through many sad things. He went through one sad thing, but it's not even that sad because it has a somewhat happy ending. Trust me. Trust me on this, please. But I have many, many, many other stories that are from long ago that I would like to continue with one day. Also, there might be, I don't know, trusting you has led me to being treated as an errand boy. No, please trust me. I'm trustworthy, I promise. But yeah, no, by the way, if this interests you guys at all, there might be another character that represents myself, as in the person under the VTuber again. There might be another one of us joining the lot. And his name is the narrator. He is literally called narrator. And he's quite a bitter fella. He'll probably be in a more... I'm not actually sure what his design will look like, because he might take on a more Chinese design, actually. To go back to my, like, heritage. But at the same time, he might look a bit more 19... like, I don't know, maybe 1930s? Or even 1960s looking? No, probably 1930s. Also, if everybody still remembers the Toymaker story, I might be rebooting that one soon. The one with Clyde and Iris in it. It will be a mystery detective story, which I'm not actually sure how to write. Because I'm not very good at writing action or narrative, and that story has the most action out of any of mine, so... Oh, I thought you were just gonna leave it at 19. Just 19. But yeah, if you guys are enthusiastic enough about it, I'll sorry. I'll start on the I'll try to brainstorm a bit more about Clyde's story. That story will feature the Toymaker, and it will be set in a more... It'll be slightly... I feel like it'll be slightly more modern than Black Butler's kind of time setting, because they're set in around 1889 to the 1890s, and this one will probably be set in 1900, like 1900 to 1910s. Don't quote me on that, though. I might make it a bit later as well. It will be more similar to the style of Reverse 1999, than any Victorian or medieval style that you're used to seeing me make. So there'll be like bartenders and like, what is it called, like bars and clubs with dancers and stuff like that. And like, think radios, telephones, that sort of era, instead of this one. The protagonist of that story will end up being Clyde the detective. So you'll be following a very different kind of character archetype than you're probably used to when it comes to me. Because Clyde and I are we're similar, but we're very different at the same time. And also, it will indefinitely have the toy maker character in it. And the toy maker's name will be different, though. What do you guys think he would be called? He'll have a slightly different design, but very similar to Merlin's. It will basically be Merlin's old design, just a little bit less VTuber-esque, if you get what I mean. It will be designed with less intent to stand out amongst other VTubers. And more of like an actual character. And the toy maker's personality will change a little bit more. He'll be a little more colder and more, not miserable, but he'll be a bit, you know. The best way to describe it is that he'll be a bit more CL Phantom Hy-Vee. Like, slightly more snarky than he is. By the way, if you guys weren't here at the beginning where I explained what I'm doing today, this is a commission for a person on sorry, I'm coughing. I have to go, but look forward to hearing about your new story. Bye bye, Julian. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining me today. These grapes are really nice, but they're kind of defrosted now, so they're a bit like squidgy. But it's okay, because I like squidgy grapes. I like crunchy grapes the most, though. They're my favorite. I think my favorite type of grape is something called cotton candy grapes. And I'm not actually sure if they're real grapes, but they taste amazing, and I would highly recommend it. Nom. Sorry, I'm just enjoying some grapes. I'll be back to focusing in a moment after I finish up my grapes. I want to watch something because I'm getting a little bit bored of just music. What should we watch? I wonder if people have something specific they would like me to react to. What kind of stuff do you watch? Well, when I draw, I mainly watch true crime. Like any other person. 'Cause I don't know. I don't really like... Okay, I am okay with true crime, but compared to true crime, I much prefer like watching kind of drama videos, like what's going on at the moment, what's happening, this and that. I just think it's interesting. Oh my god, same. I go down rabbit holes watching those kind of stuff every once in a while. So do I. Should we watch some then? What should we watch? I want to know about the recent VTuber drama going on, because I'm not very well versed in the VTubing sphere. VTuber drama. I'm quite curious. These are all like couple months ago, so I'm not sure. Or we could watch true crime or something like that. Let's watch some Rotten Mango. She's my favorite, by the way. Everybody who doesn't know Stephanie, you should know Stephanie, because she is so good, and she's absolutely amazing at what she does. Her and her husband is great. Let's watch some of Stephanie's stuff. Ooh, I've watched some of her videos. I love her. But more than her true crime is amazing, by the way. But I love her other channel as well, where she just talks and eats food and, you know, and talks about more like lighter stuff. 'Cause I like the lighter stuff. I'm not too into like. I like listening to the dark stuff, but I also enjoy, not being too dark. So let's watch. Hmm. Husband bought wife Louis Vuitton bag. Then she finds out he's sleeping with Louis Vuitton salesgirl and being called Daddy. I will not be saying that word because I don't like the connotations that come with it. What? Natural deodorant is okay. Wah, wah. I wonder if her husband will go a quack quack. I feel like I've got it down to a T. A quack quack. Ding dong. Yeah, he did the quack quack.
Two guys sitting next
He did
to
the
each
quack
other.
quack.
Let's call him what? Sitting in a hot tub. They might kiss. Is that how it goes? Guy 1, guy 2.
What?
And in China, you can ask to join a live for a small fee, of course, if you donate, of course. So in
What
the
is this
chat,
about?
there's this woman who calls and donates a supercar. Not an actual supercar. I think it's like a few $100. It's a supercar badge. She donates a supercar and she gets to join in, and suddenly her voice is being heard on the live stream. She says, listen, I need to ask you for a favor. And the guys, they just received $100, $200. They're like, yeah, of course. What can I help you with? I need you guys to help me make a phone call. To who? An ex-boyfriend of mine.
They look so funny. they're so I'm not gonna lie. Lives sorry. Live streams in general they're all hilarious to me. Not just Chinese live streams, just general live streams. They're just so goofy to me. 'Cause the people are always like their face is right up in the screen. I feel their breath down my neck as I look at them on the screen, screaming at somebody, probably, for something. It's very interesting, and I think it's really funny. I find it hilarious. I don't know about you, but I find it hilarious. Where's my YouTube gone? No.
An ex-boyfriend of mine. Whoa,
Mhm.
whoa, wait a second. If this is an
Whoa.
ex-boyfriend, why do you want us to make the call? I'm sure you have his phone number. You know that's not the right thing to do. And she explains, well, I've been with him for 3 years. We just broke up recently, and I heard yesterday that he got engaged to another girl.
Oh.
Suddenly, the live streamers hit that music button. Sad music, okay?
What?
So he wants me to call him. The purpose being, I want to be with him, but I'm just too shy. I'm just embarrassed to call him myself. The guys are freaking out, okay? The guys are looking at each other like this is about to blow up our live stream account, but they remain calm. Oh my god, and he's already engaged? Is this even okay? Are you just trying to find out if he still likes you? Yeah, I just want to know if he still likes me. Oh my goodness, okay. I will risk my life to make this phone call for you. I will not let your supercar donation go to waste, ma'am, okay? I'm
Supercard.
for you. And she explains to everybody she gifted me a supercar, so give me the phone number, private DM me.
A
He doesn't
supercar?
have any other girlfriend with the same last name as you, right, Lou? Because that's how I'm gonna address you in this phone call.
Lou.
And she responds, I'm his only ex-girlfriend.
Oh. Damn.
Like, okay, game over.
Oh ho.
This is gonna be the most successful phone call. She sends him the phone number. Her phone number, by the way, ends with like 3 nines. And the live streamers make it a point to say you must have a lot of financial resources.
Huh?
I guess it's like you pay pay for it in China to get the same number in your phone number.
Oh.
You pay like a number. And
Yeah.
sometimes
I
it's
didn't
a
know
car,
that.
Car license plate.
Yeah, and then you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
So he calls.
It
the
is like a
ex-boyfriend,
license
Mr.
plate.
C. Hello.
Mr.
It's
C.
on speakerphone, so the whole live stream is listening to this phone call. Hi.
In
is this Mr.
anticipation,
C?
of course.
Who's this? I'm a live streamer. In my live chat, there's a girl that said that she's your ex.
This reminds me of if you guys have seen Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you guys have seen that one, it's called they have a segment in their show called the second date update or something like that, and this reminds me of that. Just wanted to say.
Friend, last name Liu, wants me to send a message to you. Do you want to listen?
What do you mean? Do
sure.
you want to listen?
Your ex-girlfriend is Liu, right? Right? He confirms 3 times, and the guy on the phone is like, yes, that's my ex-girlfriend. And she's been with you for 3 years. The 3 years, in those 3 years, every bit of your relationship has been burned, just incinerated deep into her heart.
How deep?
She heard that you're getting engaged to another girl, and her heart has shattered to 1,000 pieces on the ground.
This
and
is
she doesn't even
very
know how
goofy.
to start picking them up, and she doesn't want to let you go, but she doesn't know how to say that to you.
He said, I know.
What do you mean I know?
I know. The live streamers hit it with a, can I ask you a question? Sure, ask away. Are you engaged right now? Not yet. The live streamer looks a little bit confused, but that's okay. Maybe, word of mouth got a little bit twisted along the way. So in your heart, you're still thinking about your ex-girlfriend Lou? Would you ever go back to her?
Oh, the $1 million question.
There's a moment of silence. Everyone on the live stream chat is holding their breath and they're pausing. And Mr. C on the phone says, yes. Yes, I would.
Whoa.
And there's
Plot twist.
music filling the chat. There's sighs of relief from the live streamer. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the call. Thank you for your answer. I am here wishing you happiness, and I'm gonna go now. They
Bye.
turn off. He turns to the camera. Miss Lou, I believe you heard your ex-boyfriend. What do you think? What do you think?
What do you
Did we do a
think?
good job? Did we do a good job? Him and his live stream buddy are like shaking in their boots. Are you happy? Are you gonna send me another supercar donation? And she's very quiet. It's a long pause. And then her voice comes onto the screen. Actually, I'm not his ex-girlfriend.
What?
What? What did you just say?
怎么样？伟子在找你漂亮不？开不开心？是不是该赏我点？
其实我不是他前女友，
What?
他
What?
已经订婚现女友。
What?
现在你帮我看一
啊
下，我不应该结婚了。
What? Plot twist. Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm reacting to video. Merlin, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? This is Ripley, isn't it? I'm sorry, the usernames are confusing me. I assure you, everybody, I do remember you. I'm just really bad with names. Like, if somebody came in and was like, do you remember me? And they didn't have a really odd name. I can't remember. It's fine, don't worry. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, we're just watching... Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. But we're just watching Rotten Mango video, and basically, TLDR, this girl says that she is the ex-girlfriend of somebody and has gotten a streamer to go call this ex-boyfriend and is like, do you still love me? And then the ex-boyfriend says, yes, I still love my ex-girlfriend. But then the ex-girlfriend actually turns out to be the current girlfriend he is with and about to be engaged to, which means she now knows that he's thinking about his ex-girlfriend, which is not her. If that made any sense at all.
I'm his current fiance that just got engaged to him. The two live streamers, they're like holding each other. Their nostrils are look like they've seen a ghost in the chat. They don't even know how to respond.
I too would
And
not
she
know how to
continues,
respond.
This is her villain
Dude,
order.
Uh-oh,
Like,
that's scary. It is
She
scary.
played.
She played Monopoly and everybody was playing checkers. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait. so she
That's a
is
crazy
engaged.
plot twist.
Yes. And she's the fiance. But I guess the fiance probably felt like he's not over his ex-girlfriend yet.
Oh my god. So the moment that they say, "Oh, I'm calling you on your ex-girlfriend's behalf," are you engaged?
Yes, he said not yet.
Not yet.
That's a lie.
Not
That
yet.
is crazy.
And so she tells the chat, thank you for helping me realize what type of person he is. I'm not going to marry him anymore.
Oh, good
And the
for
live
you.
streamers are screaming, what did she do to us? What did she do?
What did she do to us?
Why did you make us do this? Please, nobody come to us for this type of stuff in the future. That's not what we're here to do. Please, what's happening to me?
It's not our role.
这事别找我。
But also like, at the same time, though,
Yes.
this phone call
This
was
is funny.
problematic from the get-go, right?
Yes.
Because she said that, oh, he's engaged, but can I still like reach out? And they did it.
They did. I think it's actually more problematic
Yeah.
from the get-go.
Yeah, like
That's so true.
so if the dude's like, no, I'm not gonna get back to my ex.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah,
Exactly.
that's right. But you
But
know.
then he wouldn't get another supercar donation.
Ah.
But in this, he's probably still not going to get another supercar donation. This is what I like to call when you get more than what you paid for, which this never really happens unless it's this moment. It's kind of crazy. It's a pain that cannot be described. One netizen comments, good news, neither girl wants him. Bad news, he's entering the dating market again. And everyone is just hypothesizing what's going to happen.
Oh, shush. I don't need to know about your whatever mobile. And there's so many ads on YouTube. Come on. That's definitely entertaining. It is quite entertaining. That's why we're watching it while I draw. Because I have a
When he
very
calls
low
his
attention
girlfriend
span.
thinking that she called these live streamers, and she's like, why the fuck are you bothering me? And then he's like, okay, you know what?
Oh my god, that's good.
Yeah, and
Imagine she breaks up with him and he goes straight back to the ex.
Yes.
And the ex goes, what the f are you talking about?
Yeah. It's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
absolutely delicious. So the thing,
Delicious.
The moral of this story, before we even get started, is some men just aren't
Oh.
I gotta drink some water. It is the holidays, you guys, which means people are moving.
Oh,
all
she's
over the world.
sponsored.
They're traveling all over the world. Seeing is available.
I'm
in
not sponsored, so
China.
I'm gonna
I'm just keeping.
move on.
What am I watching? What is happening? First of all, I didn't even know you could film inside of a Louis Vuitton store like this. She's
Oh
tapping on.
yeah, you're not allowed to
Yeah.
film in there.
She's tapping on the passports, opening them up, showing the pictures, which you would have to pay me, I think, $3,000 to make me show you my passport photo. But she's doing this willingly, for free. She's showing the sales associate.
Because in
I
China, the passport photos, you can like
edit them.
not just edit. Yeah, there's like stores you go there just to take passport photos, like any
Oh,
official.
me too.
Yes, and they touch up and they do the background, like unlike here. Here it's like they go ready,
Yeah.
and it's like a mugshot. But in China, they make it look really nice.
See, I can't live like that because even here, when I get my driver's license photo, I do a full
Let's
face
not
of
talk
makeup.
about my
When I
photos
travel,
in
I
my
have no
official
makeup. And I'm always
documents.
scared that I'm gonna
Please.
be that one person that's gonna go.
Okay, that's. I don't think, honey. you
Put
look.
on your mask.
You look exactly the same.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
Stop it. Stop it.
That's crazy.
Stop it. He said that's crazy. This is him at the airport. Honey? Honey? Like, I'm right next to you.
Next time, hold your passport up so I can see you.
So she's holding up the photos. I told you, we are legally married. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I typed out all of your little chat records. You have to be responsible for yourself. The
What
female sales
happened?
associate, Jessica, she
I feel
said,
like we're like
"Regardless-"
missing a couple chapters. What's going on?
Yeah.
For photos, you can like.
Wait.
Such-
She was sponsored by something and then she started talking about something
all
else.
of these videos in China, there's a plethora. It's a behemoth to get through. Every day there's a new one that has me thinking, that has me going, what the fuck?
Video.
I'm like, flash this. Could this video possibly Wendy and Wendy's friend walk into a Louis Vuitton store in China?
Okay, there we go, there we
Wendy's
go.
carrying a Louis
Now we
Vuitton bag.
understand.
This is
Who is
important.
Wendy? I don't know.
Wendy sits down on one of the chairs in front of a sales associate, a female sales associate.
It looks like this hand
And
is
let's
saying,
call this young woman
actually.
Jessica. Wendy reaches into her bag, pulls out 2 passports, which I thought was weird. I don't
She
know.
has 2 passports?
Yeah, maybe she's trying to buy some passport covers, and she's like, "What are their different sizes? I need to try them on first, right?" She whips out
Try
2
them on?
passports, and
What?
she's showing them to the young female sales associate, Jessica. "First of all, we are legally married." And that's when I said, "What the f am I watching? what am I watching? What is happening?" First of all, I didn't even know you could film inside of a Louis Vuitton store like this.
You can?
She's
Oh
tapping on the
yeah, you're not allowed to film in there.
She's tapping on the passports, opening them up, showing the pictures, which you would have to pay me, I think, $3,000 to make me show you my passport photo, but she's doing this willingly, for free. She's showing the sales associate.
Because in China, the passport photos, you can like
Edit them?
not just edit. Yeah, there's like stores you go there just to take passport photos, like any
and
official.
me too.
Yes, and they touch up and they do the background, like unlike here. Here it's like they go ready,
Yeah.
and then it's like a mugshot. But in China, they make it look really nice.
See, I can't live like that because even here, when I get my driver's license photo, I do a full face of makeup. When I travel, I have no makeup. And I'm always scared that I'm going to get that one person that's going to go,
Okay, that's I don't think. Honey, you
put
look-
on your mask.
you-
I told you I can apologize, but I really tell us you have the whole
Okay. We're gonna finish the,
I'm right next
like,
to you.
the...
Next time, hold your passport up so I can see you.
So she's holding up the photos. I told
Which
you
hand is
we
this?
are legally married. That's the first thing. The second thing is I typed out all of your little chat records. You have to be responsible for yourself. The female sales associate, Jessica, she's got bright lipstick on. She's staring at her phone and telling Wendy, "Listen, I told you I can apologize, but I really did not meet up with him that many times. There really is no problem." So now I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
Damn.
Are you putting 2 and 2 together?
This is about to go down.
Yeah.
This is about to go down, he says.
Neither of us have any clue what's going on. No, just kidding. So then she says, "Oh yeah, Jessica, if there really is no problem, then why do you call somebody daddy? Huh? Why
Whoa.
do you call somebody daddy?"
没有任何问题，那你好贱哦！没有任何问题，就要管人叫爸爸。
What?
Now
Ah.
Jessica's coworkers.
Whoa. That's, whoa. What does passports have to do with this? This the thing with, Stephanie's videos, is that she kind of goes on about one thing, and then she goes on about another thing, and then she goes back to the one thing, and then it makes sense. So it's very, I like this way of, like, her telling stories, because this is how I tell stories. I'm always jumping around. Actually, yeah. I have to go to dinner. Sorry, I'll be back. Don't be sorry. If you're online, bye-bye. Have a nice dinner. Yeah. I'm fine. All good. Say I am not, no, I always win. The stars and cosmos, they bow to my whim. What am I doing? Okay. Ah, la 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 la. Let's continue with the video.
The other sales associates at Louis Vuitton are whipping their head. They're getting whiplash. Their necks are about to break. Who did she call daddy? You booked a room without any problems and waited for him to show up. I didn't book the room in advance, okay? The room numbers are already there. You already booked the room. I saw the chat.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
If you have any problems, ma'am, we can talk outside. No! Why should I talk about it outside?
Whoa.
Eventually, they do go outside.
Oh, they're
sales
going
associate,
outside.
Jessica, she walks out of the store. The manager walks over. I mean, pretty much every single employee of that Louis Vuitton is outside. I don't even think they're outside trying to diffuse the situation. Listen, I would be outside because this is the best thing that's ever happened at work. Like, you want to know what the f***'s going on. I'd be outside.
Yeah, I would
No,
not be
you're
outside.
right. I'm keeping guard, making sure no customers are in distress. What did she just say? Yeah, that's what I would be doing, okay?
I'm not gonna lie, so would I.
Wendy, the
I'm
wife
not
of the
super
manager,
into, like...
your staff
Okay, hold
here-
on. I'm not super, like, drama type guy, but if something was interesting, I would want to know what's going on. But I don't know. I feel like I said that I would probably like also stand out in the window and be like, what's going on? But I probably wouldn't. I would probably just be. I'd probably just be like, yeah, no, not my problem. I'm leaving. I'm a very not my issue kind of thing. Not my issues. I'm more of like a that's your problem to deal with. That's your mess. I'm very that type of person. I don't know if that changes anyone's opinions of me, but you know.
Are so fantastic. You've got the best employees seducing other people's husbands and calling them daddy.
Damn.
'Damn,'
那你们员工
damn,
是
he
我以为
says.
是老公，你知道吗？然后管人家叫爸爸。
They're in
Allah.
the video, okay? There is this woman. This is in an indoor mall. There's people walking around. There's this woman with a stroller, little baby, tiny baby. I don't know how old because I don't have a baby. And that's the thing that I realized with people who don't have babies, they have a hard time telling how old babies are. I think every baby is either 2 years old or 12 years old. This baby looks,
I agree.
tell you, it's like 2 years old, maybe. I don't
Is it
know.
in a stroller or what?
Yeah, it's a stroller. So it's not like a baby stroller.
It's like those little chair.
Yeah, matter of fact, that baby looks like it could walk, so I don't know why it's in a stroller. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this mom is walking around with the stroller. She stops.
Any takers?
Oh, it's an ad. No. I can't show these.
Here's daddy.
Oh,
She
Daddy.
does a 180 turn, and now she and her baby are facing the drama, and they're just in the background of the most of the video. They're listening to this whole thing. So Wendy's friend.
I love how the
started all
baby
this,
is there
okay?
as well.
Wendy, she's got a 5-finger grip around Jessica's collar.
So
Five
does
finger
Wendy
grip.
got their
why is she
passport?
grabbing her
Like,
collar so
those are
tightly?
passports are like a marriage certificate. Okay, so she brought those,
Mm.
and Wendy got her friend as backup, but her backup friend.
Oh yeah. So in
Yeah.
China, when you get married, you get like a little passport-looking booklet to show that.
Oh,
you're married. And then
结婚证,
the
like a
photos of
marriage
2
certificate.
people in the red background. You've seen those?
No,
You haven't seen those?
no.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take one with you later. So it's like 2 people in the red background. That's the marriage certificate. It's like a passport.
Why does it look like a passport? Are you getting visas into other countries?
No, it's just make it official. Like that's the certificate. It looks like passport, but it's a wedding certificate.
This is always what happens when someone brings up random things. Okay, now I'm like, where's our marriage certificate? And I'm like going through our document files. I'm like, wait, where did I put it? Oh my god, what happens if I lose? Anyway, the anxiousness needs to go away. So Wendy, her friend is filming, and Wendy got that 5-finger grip around Jessica's collar.
I think we all know about her
five
5-finger grip, Stephanie. You don't need to keep saying that.
black outfit. Looks pretty good, honestly. But she's gripping her collar so that Jessica cannot walk away.
Oh my
And
goodness.
the managers are trying to pry the fingers off of Jessica's collar. But
Stop.
she's not giving up. She's grabbing her by the throat, the esophagus. Jessica is telling
The
Wendy
esophagus.
to go take it out on your husband and not me. She's saying this is his problem. You should go find him. She's
kind
like,
of
I'm
true.
divorcing him tomorrow, but you have problems too. I never really had anything to do with him, okay? Oh yeah? Is that so? Oh, there's nothing between us, okay? Why don't you get it? Then why would you send him these messages? He was messaging me first. Then what was he doing at your house? The whole time, Wendy is pretty aggressive. She's just gripping her, yelling at her. Some netizens feel like it's a little much, especially by this point in the video, because we don't truly know what's going on. I mean, we kind of do, but we don't know how serious it is. Did Jessica just casually hook up with a guy that she met at work, and here comes his wife that she didn't even know existed, gripping her by the throat? All the managers.
I would be very
coworkers
scared
outside, they're
if
trying
some
to
person just grabbed me by the throat and was like, you cheater. It's like, oh, whoa. It's like, whoa. Goodness.
calm her down, and Wendy starts screaming at all of the mall pedestrians, screaming at them. This
The mall
LA sales
pedestrians.
associate will f your husband.
Oh.
That is crazy.
Oh
Whoa.
my god, I gotta go to the mall some more because I would be so excited to see this happen.
Would you stop?
I would stop. Are you kidding?
Really?
I would stop. You wouldn't stop?
No, I feel like, yeah, no.
This is why guys can't tell you good stories. He comes home from a day of adventures. I'm like,
I can't tell good
He's
stories,
like,
guys.
I don't know. 2 weeks later,
I
he
am-
casually was like, oh, you know that person? Yeah, you know that? Divorce, like 3 years, really messy. I'm like, what? Didn't you tell me the day that you figured it out? What do you mean? Nothing much. They didn't say anything crazy. And then 2 weeks later, it just comes out of your brain. Jessica, you gotta stop. You gotta stop and tell me what happened.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
stop next
thank
time.
you. Thank you so much. So Jessica keeps telling her, please go find your husband. Don't come to me
I'm
about
sorry,
this.
you know, like every time, like on the highway, if there's like a car on the side of the road,
No, you didn't.
all the guys are like, let me see what happened there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That
Every
is such
dad is like, huh, I wonder what's going on with that car, with that truck.
No, every dad on the highway, they're like, they're always doing construction here. And then they're like checking out the soundness of the construction
Yeah.
on the highways.
That's like Andrew.
Yes,
Like
yes.
last time we went to a mall, like in the parking lot, he saw a car with the bumper fell down, and he like literally did a loop around. He's like, damn, what happened? He's like checking it out.
You guys are investigating all the wrong things. And then you go into the mall, like this is happening, and you walk right past it. You go, where did they say Suit Supply was? Where's Uniqlo? Okay. So Jessica's like, we're not even in touch anymore. Please don't come to me about this. Go to your husband. Wendy's not calming down. She starts screaming, you are so shameless, so shameless. I just want you to say that you are sorry.
他很用心，他特别用心，我就要去让他一声，他错了，对不起。
我没有说嘛，一开始啊，
对不起，
我没有说嘛，一开始啊，
为什么要这样？他讲了，他特别用心，我觉得
我一开始没有说嘛，你说不好使啊。
Jessica is practically begging and screaming at her. Didn't I say that already? You wrecked someone's entire family and you think just a casual sorry is enough? Wendy goes on to state that Jessica would even tell her husband, and she says, so you just go around telling everybody when your period is over?
What
Oh, I gasped.
is going on?
你带你妈结没结束？怎么了？
他问我的，
问你就说呀，你好贱呐！
It came out of nowhere. She wasn't even amping it up. She was like, all you can say is sorry? By the way, why do you tell everyone about your menstrual cycle? Okay, that's crazy.
That's
and Jessica's
maybe
response is,
not.
he was the one who asked me. And you just tell him? You are so cheap. And you call him daddy? Are you short of a father figure?
Are you short of a father figure? Is crazy.
He's literally eating pop chips right now listening to this.
好贱呐！那会儿人家叫爸爸，你缺爸爸吗？我不缺，我不缺。
And she's like, no, I'm not. You can say whatever you want, but I have your chat history. I have a full copy. She tells everybody walking by, again, I will email a copy to anybody that needs one.
Ooh.
聊天记录，一会儿我把打一份每一份聊天记录都发给你们。这个女的，你知道吗？勾引我老公，管我老公渣男，我是会处理，你知道吗？
I'm so sorry, honey. This is when you give them my email address, okay? You give them my full email.
You're saying if I'm in the mall,
Yeah,
she screams that,
yeah,
I walk up, be like, okay, so,
yes.
okay, got it.
This is the one time I think it is appropriate that you give a random woman your phone number.
Does this happen in America a lot? Like these cheating, like caught on camera type of like
It's-
videos
It's
on
never
TikTok?
this bad. The worst one that I've seen so far, which, okay, Couch Guy wasn't even that bad compared to this. Because I've seen the ones in China where they do a
What is
sting
Couch
operation.
Guy?
Those are so common.
They bust into the hotel rooms
Oh, that's the only way to catch cheating couples now.
while the couple,
Yes.
the husband and the mistress, are butt naked.
Yes.
Oh.
And I will say physical violence does ensue.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's like
Yeah.
viral on TikTok. It's
Violence
like,
is
oh,
not.
I thought you were gonna say
Violence is not
violence.
good.
And then you said it's
Violence
viral,
is
but
not the
yes.
answer,
Vi-
everybody.
Viral violence.
Yeah,
Viral
Yeah,
violence.
yeah. No, it's crazy. They're butt naked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Butt
and it's, like,
naked,
ongoing.
alright.
It's like the moment they're caught, boom, instantly on Douyin, it goes viral. Like everything's happening in
Viral.
real time.
Yes,
There's
it goes.
updates.
It
Oh,
goes.
it's
Does
crazy.
go viral.
There was one that
Viral.
I saw where She finds the hotel that her husband and his mistress are going to. She brings all of her guy friends. She called up every single one of her guy friends, okay? They show up. She's knocking on the door. Her husband opens the door.
This cough
realizes
is really
it's his
annoying.
wife, and tries to close the door again. Tries to close. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Coffee for Ben?
No.
Ben?
No.
Crispy wafer.
Shush. Can't be having these ads.
Yeah.
You're delaying the inevitable. They pushed through the door, and I saw some fists swinging. Just kidding? No, I didn't. I witnessed no such crime. But
I witnessed no
so
such
I don't
crime.
really see that in America. I've only seen the Ring camera one. Have you seen the Ring camera one?
I think you showed me some, like the sneaking in one. Is that
Where the guy made the girl crawl on all fours
Oh.
to not get caught on the Ring camera, but she got caught
What?
on the Ring camera. But also, that's like when you know that girl is not a girl's girl, because you can't even try to tell me that she didn't know that you have a partner.
Yeah.
If you're like, I truly,
How was she caught if she was crawling again?
she's probably really tall.
Oh,
Who is
it
she
shows in
crawling to?
French.
How do you
Yes,
not
it
know
seems
how
like the
to
whole time
crawl?
he's a bozo.
Have you never
I
done
told
those
her
like
she was able to
exercises as a
rewind
child,
right
like when
there,
you crawl through the
and I think he was
giant worm
practicing falling.
thingies?
He practiced it first.
Why did he laugh in French?
I mean, I feel like with all the technology, it's like,
How can
how
you
do
cheat?
how do you cheat? It's impossible.
Impossible.
There's like a location. There's like
Maybe just
cameras
don't
everywhere,
cheat.
There's every. How do
I
you do
don't
that?
think cheating
And
is
then there's
very
gonna
good.
be the hey girl DM, hey guy DM. Like you're not gonna get away with cheating. Okay, so
Yeah.
please just end it and then go find happiness if you're not happy. But she tells everyone that she's gonna send them a copy of their chat logs if they want it. She'll email it. I'm telling you, I will be patiently waiting, refreshing my email, requesting access to that document. And she's screaming, did you know this woman seduced my husband and called him daddy? Don't worry, guys. She's telling them all people. Don't worry, guys. I'm handling my husband. I'm getting a divorce with that scumbag. But this mistress isn't going to get off easy either. Wendy tells Jessica, look, we're getting divorced tomorrow, and you can come along. I'll bring you along, and you guys can have each other afterwards. Because you really are a freaking slut.
Oh, goodness. Okay, one second. I have a controversial-ish opinion, right, on cheating. So everybody else who knows Star probably knows Star doesn't really do romance or anything like that. It doesn't matter if it's romance, it doesn't matter if it's physical stuff. I don't do it. But I do have a bit of a controversial opinion on cheating, and that's, for me, this is purely for me, but for me, if I have a partner and they aren't satisfied, like, physically, then I'm not too necessarily against them finding another partner to do physical things with. However, there is some rules for me when it comes to that. There are some boundaries, and that's like, I feel like they're quite reasonable boundaries, but I feel like it's a controversial opinion. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm a bit asexual leaning in that way, but not aromantic. So I don't really, I don't know. It's odd. I have an odd opinion on this, and because I've never dated, and I don't plan to anytime soon, it's kind of like I'm not really sure how that would work. But yeah, I have weird opinions when it comes to like stuff like this. But they're not too out there, they're not too weird. They're just a bit like intriguing for some to hear.
I just told you, if it bothers you, then we'll stop talking. Now, a little more context, okay? Wendy later goes on to do another live stream where she explains how all of this happened, why she ends up rolling up to the Louis Vuitton store, which, side note, people are putting two and two together. This woman, the sales associate, met this man at the Louis Vuitton store.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy is carrying a Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh.
So you
He was
are...
buying a bag for the wife.
So he probably bought a bag for the wife, earning Jessica commission, and to thank him for the commission, she boinked him, I guess.
Golly.
Yeah, so Wendy says, you know, her husband came home super drunk one day, could barely get out of the taxi car. He's laying around just moaning about, and his phone is just going off, buzz, 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 being, okay? And she opens it up. She doesn't normally do it because she's like, I trust my husband, but she opens it up because who could possibly be needing his attention at 3 in the morning so desperately that they're nonstop texting, just serial texting him? And it is Jessica from the Louis Vuitton store. So she goes through all their messages, copies it, downloads it, and now she's got it printed out PDF style, bitch. And she's asking Jessica what her husband was doing at her house. What did he go to your house for? What? To do what at your house? What do you want me to do about it? Be with him tomorrow when we get a divorce. No, I don't want to be with him. Why not? You already asked him to be responsible for you later. Oh
Whoa.
yeah, apparently in the text messages, she was like, you gotta take care of me. You're responsible for me now. She starts reading off the messages that Jessica, the Louis Vuitton sales associate, sent the husband. I thought you didn't want me anymore, or you have other little girls. The husband responds, Daddy
What?
only has you now. What about in the future? How am I going to get married? I'm gonna die alone. I won't be able to get
I'm gonna
married.
die
What are
alone?
you to me?
That's quite
He says,
intense.
I am your daddy.
Oh,
Jessica responds
Jeez.
then, hello, daddy.
gross.
That's crazy.
I like to hug you, daddy.
你不想要我了，或者有其他的小妹妹你不得手，爸爸现在只有你，那以后呢？我上哪儿结婚呀？我孤独终老了，我不会再结婚了。那你是我的什么？他讲
Why is that so desperate sounding?
爸爸好，我想抱抱你。
是跟他来说是我的不对，他也没有跟我说过，跟他的感情生活怎么样的，我以为他们因为之间就是没有任何情况在，知道吗？
Jessica, when she's faced with
Jessica.
text messages, she says, sure, yeah, okay, seducing him is my fault, but he didn't tell me about anything about your relationship either. I thought there was nothing going on between the two of you, you know, like no emotions. So you thought that there were no emotions between me and my husband? Oh, you are such a good liar. You said to him, did you, she's reading off the PDF, did you do something wrong and now you can't go out again? The husband responds, I've been going out drinking every day. And then you said, did she find out about us? He said no, and you said, that's good. And you're
Whoa.
telling me that you didn't know that he had a wife? Yes, I did know he had a wife, but he said he was gonna divorce you.
要离婚了是吧？好，我不知道，好，还是确实不知道。
So then what does Wendy do in this moment? She whips out her cellular device. She
Her
whips it
cellular
out
device.
and she calls her husband.
Allah.
And she's like, did you tell her that we're getting a divorce? And he said, no.
Oh. Oh. The story thickens. The plot thickens, alas.
He says no. I don't know who to believe. I don't believe either of them, okay? He said no, I don't believe it. I think it's a lie. But Jessica grabs the phone from her, and this is what she said that had Chinese netizens freaking the fork out.
With
How-
Jessica?
Yeah, the sales associate
Grabs
grabs
the
Wendy's
wife's phone?
to talk to the husband.
Oh.
What?
Okay, now how do you know if somebody is cheating? Like, how do you know when two people have a connection that is intimate? Like, what do you think Jessica says to the husband? If it's not that serious, it is exactly as Jessica says, it was not that serious, what would she say to the husband?
Stop lying.
You would say, stop lying, or you would say, like, blah, 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 your wife is here, she's causing a bit of a commotion, could you please come down? You know, it's like, we
Please
just
come
started
get your
talking.
wife.
This is not what I signed up for. I didn't even know that this was happening. Like, please, what's going on? But instead, she said, hey, fucking roll over here right now and deal with your problem.
Oh.
是不是？这是你自己说的，是不是？他找了你勾引他是吗？
贾嘉伟，你要过来你就过来，你不要来搞我，好吧？
Netizens, Chinese netizens netizens are commenting, that already tells me that something is going on between the two of them that is a lot deeper than she claims. Because you don't talk like that to somebody that you've maybe seen a few times.
Oh, like she's really like aggressive about it.
Oh, yeah. Now, normally, I mean, you just wouldn't expect that, right? Which, side note, later there will be text messages that circulate that are allegedly between Jessica and the husband, where Jessica says things like, I miss you, Daddy. And he starts calling her little girl. And Jessica says, Daddy misses little girl? We can
That
see each other in the
sounds
afternoon.
mildly.
And then she says, then what do you want to do? I'll cook for you. And later she gets so upset that he's not responding and accuses him of spending...
No, there's an ad. No. I can't play these. Not on stream.
You don't need to call anymore, and when you're busy, there's no need to reply.
Oh, they
to
got the
my messages
WeChat
either.
screenshots.
It's fine. Just keep spoiling her. If you're capable, can't you just not go home and just video call her? Lately, you've been making her happy, haven't you? Whenever you give your family attention, I'm left with cold water from the tap.
Huh?
That's the craziest thing to say. You know what that reminds me of? There was a TikTok. I don't know what compelled this woman to think that people were going to sympathize with her. And she said, the holidays as an affair partner are extra tough.
What?
Because
Oh, that is wild.
yes, because
That's
she
crazy.
said she's trying to be festive, but you know he's with his family, enjoying family time.
This is not satire. This is not fake.
No.
What?
She's so for real. And she was like,
What?
he promised he would leave them before the holidays, but
What?
it's another year where he doesn't keep his promises. And you know he's going to be spending time with his family.
Oh my god, what's the comment?
Everyone is like, girl, what? Do you need like an MRI? Do you need like a CT scan? Something is not working up there. The folds of your brain are smooth. Yeah, people were upset. But interestingly enough, a lot of wives on Chinese internet forums have been coming forward to say that this happens all the time.
Really?
All the time.
What do you mean? The sales lady with the husband?
Yes. Okay, so a lot of women started coming forward to discuss this. There are, I guess, a few handful of sales associates, and I used to be a sales associate, so I'm not even dogging on retail, okay? They will go after married men.
What?
It's so strange. I don't know. Okay,
Why?
anyway, one guy was sharing his chat history with a car sales associate.
For what
I guess he
reason?
bought a BMW or something, and he had dropped off food for the sales team. I don't know why.
Wait, hold on. This is a different story.
Yeah, these are like people sharing their
Oh,
stories.
this
because
is a
of this
different
weird
story.
topic.
Okay.
So people are like, oh, let me.
Why is my
tell
Outlook
you
opening and
this.
closing?
And he says to the sales associate, to the female car dealer, oh, this was made by my girlfriend. Thank you. The sales associate sent him like a pouty meme. Pouting.
Pouting.
Wait. A person who sells cars, right?
Yeah, so she sold him a car.
Oh.
He brings food to the sales team as like a thank you. And then she's like, thank
Why
you
is-
for the food.
what?
And he's like, oh yeah, my girlfriend made it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, no, thank you guys. And she sends a pouty meme, the little cat pouting. Okay?
To the husband's phone.
Yeah, and the husband texts back, what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
And she says, she
What?
doesn't know how to cook. I think cooking is an art form. I love to cook. Ha 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 ha.
Cooking
I
is
was
an
born
art
to be
form.
busy. Brother, do you have time tomorrow night?
Cooking
I'll cook
for
a
me
few
is like
dishes and then you can
suffering.
come over and taste them. Braised pork is
I'm
my
not saying
I thought
that
she dropped off food
I
that's
hate
cooked by
cooking.
the wife.
Yeah,
Cooking
but I
is
guess
fun.
now she's saying it's not good
I
cook.
was just saying that I will
So
probably
she's like,
burn down the
"Oh, poor
kitchen. I'm just
brother.
quite
Does she not know
incompetent.
how to cook? I think cooking is an art form. I love to cook.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I need to know what kind of car she's
Think the
selling.
men should,
I don't think it
like,
was that expensive to be.
as a man, as a boy,
She says,
as
"I was
a
born to
as
be
a
busy."
male,
Ha, ha, ha,
I
ha.
feel like,
Brother, do
you know,
have
you're
time
capable
tomorrow
of
night?
cooking for
I'll
yourself.
cook a few dishes and you can come over and taste them. Braised pork is my specialty. I promise it will
Ooh,
be
braised
delicious.
pork is good though.
Listen, here's the thing, okay? This is just like a girly tip. Never try to get with a man based off your cooking. Because now you just sold him on this thing and he's going to expect cooking. Here's what you do. You say, I can hate to cook. I'm so bad at cooking. I think cooking is the bane of my existence. And then once in a while you whip out a dish and he thinks you're a goddess. Okay, but if you're like, I belong
Whoa.
in the kitchen.
That
you're not wrong
technique is
time.
quite interesting,
Okay? It's so
Stephanie.
weird. Another girl shared, whenever a sales associate asks my husband for contact information, he always gives them my WeChat instead of his. one time, an SA sales associate texted me asking me to come in for like car maintenance, thinking I was my husband, and her words were full of concern and warmth. And I ended up saying, "Didn't your big brother tell you that this is his wife's WeChat?"
Well,
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Well-
apparently it kind of happens. And a lot of
It kinda
a lot of the boys
happens.
were saying that they were trying to play the Hermes game and they got gamed.
What?
Yeah,
Huh?
some netizens were saying they went in there to play the Hermes game, to play the game of retail, and then their essay slept with their husband.
What?
Because you know, a lot of these wives were saying you would think that going shopping is a safe place. It's not even to the bar. Your husband's not going to the bar. Your husband is with you, sitting on the fucking boyfriend couch, and then bada bing, bada boom. And now you got 25 designer bags and a divorce attorney.
Do you remember the story I told you about? Like, I have a friend who used to work at Tom Ford.
Oh, wait, what happened?
Oh, it's just some like the same thing, like just crazy cheating stories. It wasn't like with the salesperson, but like Tom Ford is just ridiculous price. Like everything is like I don't know. You buy a shirt, it's like $10,000. You buy a pants, it's like $8,000. It doesn't even make sense.
Goodness.
So there's this guy who's like very, very wealthy.
I want to
Probably
add
a
the
public
fool's
figure,
gold
a celebrity,
motif
something like
onto
very
this.
famous person. Like,
Let
he
me
will
see
come
what
in
fool's
here,
gold
he
looks
will
like.
buy everything in like pairs and multiple, the same, like one for the wife, one for the
Fool's
mistress.
gold.
And then I think there's one time that he came in with the mistress, and then the salespeople don't say anything, right? They don't say anything to the wife. And then apparently the wife is walking in as well. So they let the guy and the mistress hide in the back room.
Oh.
He's like, can I? Because he's a VIP there. So he's like, can I just please?
Oh my goodness.
They just let him hit in the back, and they kind of.
They let him hit it in the back.
Gonna give him like a flame.
Sneaked out from the back or something. It's crazy. Just these like cheating stories from these retail stores.
Yeah, I used to briefly work at a very famous jewelry brand, and one of the first things that I was taught that made me lose hope in love and humanity was if someone's wife ever comes in asking to see the husband's transaction history, you have to say they need to be here with the ID, okay? That person needs to be here, present their ID to get the transaction history, which then caused more issues because then the wives would drag their husband's red face, stress the fuck out, and then suddenly, magically, all of our computer systems are down.
Oh no.
Yeah, that would be a thing. And then I would always question, and this is when I was young, okay, and I really needed to make rent, okay? And I would just question, what is the morality in these situations? This is like the trolley question. This is a trolley question. But then also, if the wife is already bringing in the husband, girly pop, you should already leave him. Because if you have to do that, if you question it that much, the relationship is already over. But in the end, Jessica, the Louis Vuitton sales associate, is fired from her position. However, Chinese netizens do not let things go easily. They dig up Jessica's past WeChat history and discovered that back in 2017, Jessica was ranting about mistresses online.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
She
quite
was.
interesting.
Some people, I'm not going to name names, should really learn to have some self-respect, especially as a person and as a woman. Acting like this, and if I were a man, I think that you're just throwing yourself at people, regardless of relationship. If your mom knew how you behaved, she'd probably be too ashamed to show her face. Another one reads, do you know what it means to be so desperate that you even throw yourself at someone they still wouldn't want you? That's exactly what you are, a shameless, lonely troublemaker pulling these stunts day after day, acting all innocent and pitiful. Why don't you go win an Oscar for Best Actress instead? You seriously disgust me. Oh yeah.
She is quite the hypocrite, huh?
Because they were able to hunt down the husband's identity, and it is revealed, and everyone is wondering, what the for this?
What?
Yeah, okay, so he's not attractive. Conventionally, you know what? No, I can say he's not attractive because he's a cheater. He's not attractive. Point blank, period, okay? But apparently, what's worse than that is I think netizens thought Jessica thought she was bagging a Richie. Mr. Rich, Mr. Market Man, okay? He's coming in, he's buying Louis Vuitton nonstop. She's like, ooh, Instead of working Louis Vuitton, I want to be bought Louis Vuitton. Okay. Turns out that he works at like a hostess club, and he's his boss's errand boy. So he's the hostess club owner's errand boy, and the hostess club owner likes Louis Vuitton. So he would always send him to go purchase Louis Vuitton for him, but it's not his money and it's not his Louis Vuitton.
Oh my goodness.
So he's not even wealthy.
Then the salesperson thought he was wealthy.
Yeah, because he would
Hi
walk in
Julian,
there
I am
and
still
be like,
live.
"Yeah, give me that
Is this
champagne."
IDV now? What am I
Do
hearing?
you guys
It
got
is
some
IDV.
water?
We're listening to Stephanie go on about some drama about something. It was IDV before.
Me one too. Some netizens were angry at the wife one
Oh.
day too, saying if you have what it takes.
It was
take
always IDV. This is a commission of Norton and Nibe. Oh. Nibe is over here, and then Norton. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Take a quick break. 5-minute break, everybody. Take 5. Sorry I took a while. I had to do an errand. I'm back now. Hello. What? Why are you burning down my chat?
And then check why make things difficult for a
I
saleswoman.
am weakened by illness. Why are you burning down my chat? Now the stream is only me. I have the freedom to destroy everything I see fit. I shall rule these fields with an iron fist. You will not be ruling my fields as a tyrant. And plus, these fields aren't mine. I just exist within these fields. I might need to get out of these fields soon because people keep comparing me to another good old storyteller in the fields. I love the other storyteller in the fields, but I'm kind of getting tired of being compared to them. So I might have to get myself out of these fields. Though my fields aren't of hay, but of wheat. Though most people don't seem to know the difference. And all the dogs shall be put in cages where they belong. All is well. What do you mean all is well? Clearly it's not well. You're trying to... Thank you for the head pat. You're trying to do something here, and I don't approve of it. I want to watch anime. I might head off in a bit. Nothing to see here. Back to your drama podcast. It's done. It's done. What else should we watch? I might actually head off because I'm feeling kind of sleepy. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. I'm like falling asleep. But I will probably see you tomorrow, actually. So, yeah. Bye bye.